Yo, what is up, everybody? My name is MesoGood. My name is Meso, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today, as you guys can see, we are back again for the second time in this beautiful city of Sydney. We are today actually in the Botanical Gardens. This is my first time here actually. It's beautiful. Can you believe I've never been here before? In my last video, as you guys saw, I interviewed many people and got their first impressions and thoughts about Sydney, and many of you guys gave me a great amazing feedback. You guys said you really liked the video, so yeah, here we are again. We're back with another banger, and today I have a special guest for you guys from my last video. Towards the end of my video, none other than Mr. Pedro himself. Yeah, hey, what's good? What's good? Yo,
good.
Welcome back. Good to have you again in the video. How you doing?
I'm pretty good. You ready for the video? And yeah, that's it. Let's get the new ideas.
Yes, sir. Let's interview some people.
Okay, guys. So we are here back in beautiful Australia with Mion, Min, and Mion and Min. Where are you guys from?
I'm from Taiwan, but I grew up in Malaysia.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
good.
China.
What are your thoughts here in Sydney? Do you think it's a beautiful city to live in?
I think it's a very nice city,
Uh-huh.
very beautiful, and it's crowded compared to Melbourne or compared to
Uh-huh.
other cities in Australia. So many people here, and so many people can speak so many languages here. So yeah, quite kind of interesting city.
That's really cool. And how about you? What are your thoughts?
I think Sydney beautiful, but it's a busy. Many people. Yeah.
I want to ask as well, what would you say your level of English is? How has that affected your travel? Has it been easy for you here? Has it been difficult?
Maybe some difficult for me because my English is maybe no good.
Limited.
Limited.
What
Yeah.
about you?
I think people here are so nice. So if some of the words maybe I don't understand, people will explain to me nicely. So it's easy for me to travel here actually.
That's cool.
That's good.
And
Yeah.
you said you can speak actually like 4 languages, right?
Yeah.
What languages do you speak?
I can speak Malaysian,
Uh-huh.
Mandarin, English, and Cantonese, Hakka as well.
Hata?
Hakka.
Ah.
Yeah.
I've never heard of it.
What's that language? I've never heard of that as well.
Never heard of it.
That is so new to me. What the hell?
Yeah.
No, it's actually originated in China.
Okay.
So some of our ancestors they use different languages in China. So when we move to other places, we will learn from our grandparents as well. So
That's really cool. That's really cool. And how about you?
Mandarin and Cantonese.
In English?
A little English.
No, your English is pretty good.
It's not that bad. You're doing well.
It's pretty good.
Just 2 or 3 language. Yeah.
That's cool. And for me, like I've been learning English as well because I'm from Brazil, and like English is now my second language, and I feel like it's so confusing. Like sometimes, like my brain like to switch from the languages. How's like for you to switch from like 4 languages? Like, is it like a mess in your brain sometimes? Like I don't know. How's that for you? Like 4 languages?
Yeah. How do you stay knowing all of the languages?
Yeah.
I can't like switch it immediately, but if in my brain need to 1 or 2 minutes to prepare what I need to speak, and then 1 or 2 minutes after I can change it immediately.
That's cool because that's the problem that I'm facing, because like I can like switch like from English to Portuguese quickly, and it makes me a little bit frustrating. but it's all right,
Yeah. And so you said you've been here for a couple of months now in Australia, especially in Sydney. How do you compare it to back home, Taiwan and China?
If you were to compare like Sydney to your city, like your hometown,
what's the difference?
what are like
What's
the main
difference?
differences?
Yeah.
Sydney maybe have many people from different country.
Oh yeah, it's multicultural for sure. Yeah.
How about you? What are the main differences you felt coming from Malaysia / Taiwan to like comparing to Sydney?
As mentioned, so many cultures here and so many people from different cities as well. So you have a chance to meet with people from different countries. So I think it's a really
Which is really nice, right?
knowing their culture, knowing what they speak. Yeah, it's
That's
really
cool.
good.
Do you feel like that Australians are actually more like laid back, or like it's like there's a lot of people say that Australians are really laid back. Australians are like quote unquote like lazy, which I disagree. But like, do you feel like that? Do you feel like Australians are like very like laid back, or the culture is more like enjoy life instead of like just work?
Yeah, to relax a bit. So, but I think it's good for your health, good for your mental health as well. Yeah, you can't be so intense or keep working. Your body not gonna take it. You know.
That's great. That's great.
A question I want to ask as well is, how long are you guys staying in Australia in Sydney, and would you guys come back again for the second time?
Maybe.
Why? Maybe why?
Because I want to go to the different city to see.
You mean like other parts of Australia you want to explore or travel to?
Maybe.
Oh,
Ah, that's
yeah,
good.
that's fair. What about you?
This is my second time to Sydney. I was second time to Australia, so I think I might come back again in the future. Yeah.
Okay, that means that you like Australia.
And I got one last question that I'm very curious about. Do you guys like usually like travel a lot? Travel experience like throughout like Asia or like Australia?
Usually, I would travel 1 or 2 times a year to overseas. If I'm in Australia, I would travel to maybe like Japan or maybe to Indonesia. Yeah, I will have a routine travel plan. Yeah.
That's great. And I got a question. What would be like the best place or like the craziest place or like the nicest place you've been traveling? Like what is a place like overseas or like in your country that you would like highly recommend? Like this is a place that is like, oh, like you should go. Like is there like any place that you would recommend me going?
Yeah, out of all the countries that you've been to, which one do you recommend the most?
Tokyo is now one of the major cities that people wanted to travel to. So yeah,
Tokyo. So you'd
Tokyo.
recommend Japan? I love Japan. Yeah, I need to travel to Japan one day for sure.
That's
Yeah.
great. And what makes like Tokyo that unique?
I think the place for very quiet, and you can see that although it's so many people in there, but you can see that people are following the rules in Japan. So the street is so
Clean.
clean.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
The people are very respectful in Japan. I've heard as well.
polite as well. So yeah.
That's nice.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
So guys, thank you very much.
Thank you
We
so
got
much
a
for this
beautiful
little interview.
here.
Yeah.
Many great ideas with Yoon and
Yun
Min.
and Min.
Which was incredible. Thank you
Yeah.
guys so much for your time and for your advice.
Mm.
And yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
Nice meeting you guys.
Nice meeting you. So yeah, we're here with another
Yo.
interview with our great friend Jorge from
Jorge.
Panama, Central America. Gonna ask him a few questions for you guys to know a little bit better of like the multicultural side of Sydney and all the amazing people that we meet here. And yeah, Jorge, where are you from and how long have you been here in Australia?
I'm from Panama and I have been living in Australia 10 years, from 2014. I
That-
love it. I love Sydney.
That's great.
That's nice.
That's great.
What can you tell us about Panama, especially for people that have probably never heard of the country like me before? So I'm really interested to know more about the country.
Panama is a very little country, but it's really beautiful. Like has very tropical. It's in the Caribbean and Pacific area of the continent, the Americas, and it's pretty beautiful. So I highly recommend to everyone if they wanna go to Panama, they can.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's really
Sounds
cool.
like a possible next holiday destination.
No, it's beautiful.
It's pretty green and very humid, but
Yeah.
it's really beautiful. They have dry and wet season, so it's pretty cool.
That's nice. And do you have like any travel experience like outside of like Australia, Panama? Like, is there any other places that you've been and you liked?
I have been in many places in the world because before Australia, I used to live in Spain. So my highlights can be definitely Spain. Go to Spain and visit the country, which is beautiful. But New Zealand, I went 1 month ago to Milford Sound and was just stunning. And of course, Sydney is like my hometown. So I really love Sydney.
That's
So yeah,
awesome.
Definitely
Sydney is
come
amazing. Yeah, for sure.
yeah.
That's awesome.
Mm.
And something that we want to explore a little bit more about like the multicultural side of Sydney is like how many languages do you speak?
I do speak 2 languages, but something that I love in Sydney is like we have people from all over the world.
Yeah.
Most Sydneysiders are very respectful with that, which is cool.
Yes.
So we feel integrated straight away.
Yes.
So it's something that I like it here.
That's really nice. That's really nice.
Yeah, it's amazing that Sydney is an opportunity to meet other people from other countries. Yeah, but you said you've been here for 10 years, which is a long time. You know, I think that's the most amount of time that someone's been here that we've interviewed
Yeah.
for our videos.
Probably.
Especially last
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, since that you've been here for a long time, how would you summarize Sydney to people that have never been here before, that are looking to come here?
As I always suggest, like come over for 1 month and see how you feel. and if you like it, just stay over and see how people can come over and live here. That would be nice.
Yeah.
But try first. Otherwise, some people
True.
like it, some people hate it.
Yeah. And usually when they do, they end up coming back twice.
And we love it.
Third time, fourth time, yeah.
And the beaches
All
are
the time.
beautiful. And,
Yeah.
In Australia, the beaches are beautiful. So you will love it. They will love it.
That's really cool.
Nice.
And another question about like languages. Like English is my second language as well, and I struggled a little bit like in the beginning. Now like it's better, but like how was the process of learning English for you? Like did you learn English before coming to Australia, or like you learned here? Like how was like all the process of English learning for you?
I was lucky because I did learn in school English. So
Oh,
when
that's
I came here, my English wasn't that bad.
Uh-huh.
But even that, I studied like 9 months before starting the workforce.
Uh-huh.
So that was pretty easy for me.
Yeah,
But yeah, if you speak English, it's better, definitely.
of course.
Yeah, otherwise, really hard to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got like worse jobs, and yeah, it's just like hard. I know what it is. And like you said about Spain, and it's a country that like it's fascinating because like all like Spanish people, they are very like friendly. Like I hear a lot of like good stuff about like just like all the cities in general, like and like the music. Like, is there like any city in Spain that you would recommend? And I mean, and what would be like the best side of Spain? Like the food, like the people, like the music. What is like the nicest part of it?
That's a hard question.
Uh-huh.
Because Spain, most South Americans, we have Spanish background.
Uh-huh.
So we feel familiar with the culture and living there and studying there, whatever you're doing.
Uh-huh.
But definitely Madrid is my hometown. I love Madrid from the first time, and I lived in Barcelona.
Shout
as
out.
well. But,
Shout out Madrid.
Yeah, but the country all over is beautiful, and
Yeah.
the people and the food is like. If you go for holidays, it's great.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
That's
it's very
cool.
nice. Yeah,
That's cool. It,
the history that they have, like many thousands of years.
uh-huh.
Yeah, good history. Yeah.
That's really nice. And you mentioned also New Zealand. And what is like the most like fascinating or like the nicest thing you found in New Zealand?
The place that I have been that I was just mesmerized was Milford Sound,
Uh-huh.
because I'm a fan of Lord of the Rings,
Uh-huh.
and it's like was just magical being there.
Yeah, they filmed some of it there, isn't it? Yeah.
But wherever you go in any of those cities, it's just the landscapes. It's just fascinating.
Yeah.
It's just incredible.
Mountains and stuff.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
beautiful.
incredible. It looks unreal.
Yeah.
It doesn't look real.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And it's beautiful. Yeah.
Mm.
So I
Beautiful country, yeah.
love- Oh, I loved it.
Yeah.
So good.
If that isn't your favorite, tell me a story or like an experience or a place that you might have been that is your favorite in all of your travel, everywhere, and all time favorite, best.
That's a good question.
That's a big one. Yeah. I do think that anywhere you go will have beautiful places or not as beautiful places, and every single town has their own charm. And it's,
I like that.
and it's
Yeah.
beautiful. So it's,
Yeah.
like, it's hard to say like.
It's
this
hard to
place is
compare.
better.
Yeah.
It's hard to say, like this place is better than the other.
Yeah. It was all like unique and
Yeah.
different and
Everywhere is-
beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really. So it's that's what my experience traveling is that
Yeah.
anywhere you go, you will find stunning places like this, or
Yeah.
some places that they are not that amazing, but just take the best of it. It's nice to travel.
Of
and
course.
as much as people can do it would be great.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. And yeah, you got any other questions?
Easy
Yeah,
as that.
that's
Easy
it.
as that. Yeah.
We're,
Thank you for the
had a
interview.
great time here with Jorge. A pleasure meeting you.
Thank you for the
And yeah,
interview.
that's it. Thank you a lot.
How do you say your name again?
Jorge.
Jorge. Yo, hello. Who do we have here?
Kaliao,
We have Kalio all the way from
Brazil.
Brazil. Nice to meet you.
And Khalil, we were talking about traveling before the interview, and like just the purpose of the interview is just like meeting people and showing like people on YouTube and on the internet like the multicultural side of Sydney, like how many like amazing people like we end up meeting like on the streets of Sydney, and like I got a very interesting question for you, mate. For how long have you been here in Sydney?
I've been here for like 1 month, and yeah, it's very, very different people here. We expect to meet a lot of Australians, but it's the opposite. There's British, Arabian, Asian people. So
Yeah, it's multicultural, isn't it?
I only saw 2 Australians, so that's it.
Me too. Like for me, it's getting like now I'm getting to know like more Australians, like, especially like in the first weeks here. I met like no Australians.
Yeah.
I met like a lot of like
Yeah.
French, like Brazilians, whatever, but like Australians are very few. You know, it's crazy.
I mean, that could be part of because they live here, you know, so they don't always come to the more. This is like more tourist parts of Sydney, yeah. But yeah, what do you think so far being here? How does it feel? You know, what's the vibes like being new to Sydney?
It's very, very similar to my city in Brazil, but it's also very easy to get to another place with light trails, trains and stuff. So it's really accessible. So yeah, it's very, very easy, and the technology here is crazy.
And how, like, if you were to compare, you said you're from the south of Brazil, and I know your city, and I think your city is beautiful. But if you were to compare your city in Brazil, which by the way is Curitiba,
Why?
if you were to compare your city in Brazil to like Sydney, what are like the major differences comparing like your place in Brazil to like Sydney, Australia?
I think that's economy, yeah,
Economy?
Mostly because the weather is practically the same. It's the same. The economy, it's the difference, because in Curitiba we have that diversity with Asian people, with people from outside. But here it's the economy that weights the difference, because here it's so much cheaper because we're in Australian dollars. So people came from Brazil, it's very hard to pay stuff here because we're multiplying for 3.5. But here payment's good and works has a lot of diversity. So.
That for me, like it's a major difference that I feel coming from Brazil as well, is that like stuff here is like a lot more accessible, right? Like like you work here like 4 hours and you get enough pay to like to buy food for the entire week, which is something that is not very doable in our country, I'd say.
I like that you said that as well, because like that difference that you've noticed, Sydney compared to many other cities is probably one of the most expensive cities. So to hear that is actually very surprising in a good way. In a good way.
No, but the thing is that the cost of living is different related to your wages here. And if you were to recommend a place for us to travel, like coming like from your travel experience, like around the world or like in your country or anywhere else that you've been, is there any city in Brazil or like any other place that you would recommend us going?
I love to go swimming in beaches and stuff. So in Brazil, you have to go into South Santa Catarina in the beach.
I knew you were gonna say about it.
It's basically amazing. Floripa, it's beautiful.
Best city in Brazil.
It's crazy.
What's it called?
Floripa.
Florianopolis.
It's
Keep that in mind.
like an island. It's like very expensive stuff, but it's so much beautiful. And for me, it's the best place to have a holiday with the family and stuff.
It's the Magic Island, right?
Yeah.
People call it the Magic Island. It's just like an incredible place, like amazing.
Sounds beautiful. I need to do some more research on this city.
No, I gotta say, like for me, this was probably one of the most like incredible places I've been. And like it's really good that you mentioned that. It's really nice.
I always go there with my family and spend a weekend. Enjoy it.
That's great. We were talking before about like English learning, and like we're both like Brazilians, and like we know like it's hard, like especially like in the beginning to get around with English. Like how was the process of learning English for you? Like is it hard? Like how is it now that you're here in Australia? How was just like the process in general?
Yeah, it's so much difficult because we used to the American English, USA, but when you get here, it's most like you're going to talk with British people, Asian people, and people from Europe, and it's very different accents, and you have to get used to. So that's the difficult part, because the British people, especially from far away from London, have a heavy accent, so it's very difficult to understand some.
That's a good point. Which one is the most challenging for you? You would say British, really?
Really?
Yeah. I was talking to a girl, and she was from the east of London, and she was a heavy accent because she was traveled to New Zealand, to France, and she got everything mixed up.
Oh,
and
really?
It was very hard to understand. Yeah, it was crazy.
For me, I have a different perspective because I actually enjoy British accent. I think it's like beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I could definitely see why you say British would be a challenge, because it varies from everywhere in the UK, you know? Some of them have stronger accents than others, and it's very different, you know?
The British, it's more difficult because in the accent of the USA people, it's closer to the Australians.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Really?
Really close.
Americans, comparingly to Australians, would be closer than British, I
That's
think,
surprising. Yeah, that's cool. And another like question, like how's like adapting to Sydney for you? Like, is it hard? Like the whole experience of like moving to Sydney like 1 month ago. What are like the main like difficulties like you face?
I think the most difficult part it is to find a place to rent, because it's
Really?
so much expensive here, and you have to get lucky and find a place cheaper, and you have to make it quick, because the cheaper places it's going to have heavily students looking for, so you have to be quick here.
It's definitely competitive when it comes comes to rental. Yeah, the city's getting more and more busy day by day. Yeah.
Have you like looked around like Sydney? Like, is there any place that you like here that you would recommend us going?
Yeah, like, do you have a story of a favorite place that you visited for the first time?
Actually, this 1 month I was getting my TFN, Ambient to get a job. Don't have time to travel. I'm planning to travel more and discover new places. Like 2 months.
That's great.
Yeah. I'm sure you'll love it. I'm excited for you to start traveling soon and see what Sydney has to offer because it's beautiful here.
It's a beautiful place.
Beautiful
it's amazing.
city.
Yeah, I like for me, like I feel like Sydney's probably like, if not the best city, like one of the best cities in the world. Like here's just like awesome, you know. Big like welcome. Like even though I'm not from Sydney, but like yeah, welcome. Your English is really nice.
Yeah,
you're a very friendly person.
You're better than you might think.
Better than your English is better than you might think.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's it, mate.
Very well spoken. All right. Hello. Who do we have here?
Hi, I'm Jennifer from Korea.
Nice to meet you. How long have you been to Australia? When did you get here?
I get here like a week ago.
Oh, like a week. Wow. So still very new to the country. So what do you think so far being here new for the first time?
I think it's really nice and it's like top rank of my country.
It's the top of your list. Really? Wow. So that means you really like Australia. Have you been to any other places in Australia besides Sydney?
Besides Sydney, no.
No, so just Sydney. Oh, okay. Fair enough. Do you see yourself coming back? I know you said you'd be going soon. Would you come back again to Sydney for a second time? Would you revisit?
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
Yeah? Oh, okay. Nice. Which city from Korea are you from?
I'm from Seoul.
Seoul. How'd you compare Seoul to Sydney?
I think it's a bit similar with Seoul and Sydney. So the difference is Sydney is more green.
More green. More nature.
And there is a lot of different foods.
Have you tried any food that you liked in here?
I really like fish and chips and I like desserts, so croissant.
Nice. Yeah, I've heard some people, especially around the Circular Quay area here, say that seafood is really good. It's popular around here. So tell me, have you traveled to any other countries besides Australia, or is Australia the first country that you traveled to?
I've traveled to Canada and Europe and
Nice.
Bali.
Bali.
Oh,
Bali. Indonesia. Really? Wow. You know, I've lived there for 5 years before coming to Australia. Not in Bali, but in Indonesia. Yeah, that's pretty cool to hear. So out of all your traveling experiences, what's like tell me a story about your favorite country that you traveled to, like an experience or place. Which one was the best in your opinion?
I think the number one is Switzerland.
Switzerland.
Yeah.
Wow. I've heard it's expensive, but it's very beautiful.
It's really expensive, so I cooked.
You cooked food instead
I
of
did.
buying.
Yeah.
It was that expensive.
Yeah, but this Sydney is a bit expensive too.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah, Sydney is definitely one of the most expensive cities in Australia. Yeah. And in the world, yeah, definitely, yeah, it's up there on the list, yeah. But yeah, so out of all the countries, you'd say Switzerland was your favorite?
Yeah, and maybe the next is Sydney.
Sydney.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, wow. So Switzerland followed by Australia. Very nice. So what do you think of the people in Australia? Yeah.
Well, I think they're very nice and very calm.
Very calm.
Yeah,
very
chill.
calm. Yeah, very chill, laid back. Yeah.
They are busy. We have to do all the things like faster.
It's more fast-paced. Yeah. How has been the process of learning English and coming here and speaking English? How has it been for you?
Actually, I had a lot of chance to experience like English culture or language, but I was very young since. So as I grew up in Korea, there was no chance to speak English. So I am good at listening, but
Do Korean people speak English back at home? Is it popular?
In school, we learn English, but it's not for like speaking. It's like for listening or writing. So a lot of them might listen well, but not that good at speaking.
Yeah, that's definitely, that goes for a lot of languages, yeah. It's definitely easier to listen than speak, yeah. I'm interested in Korean, so would you say Korean is a hard language to learn?
I think it's not really.
No? Definitely sounds like a language that I'll be looking to learn. So why are Korean girls so beautiful? I know a lot of Koreans really care about the looks and like skin and like, the models and stuff. That's something like just part of like society or
Right.
like in the culture, like they care about the looks.
I think there are a lot of people who care about the looks and how people see them.
Yeah,
It's
like
very
the
different from-
presentation.
Yeah,
or-
it's very different from other countries.
Mm.
That might be a difference.
Yeah, I know like as well, Korean girls, they tend to have like a standard to be more slim, Yeah, is that true or would you say it's a bit of a stereotype?
I think it's a bit true, and someone might not, but a lot of Koreans around me, I think they care about their looks and how they.
Yeah. What's the weather like in Korea compared to your experience here?
I think it's really hot. It was not until like about 2 or 3 years ago, but it's really being hotter and hotter. Hotter in Korea than here.
Really? Really? Wow. Okay, I'm actually surprised to hear that. I thought Korea is a bit cold.
Oh, but I have a question. Why is people here someone is wearing like very thick clothes and someone is wearing like nothing?
Yeah, I guess it could be because it plays a role with Australia being multicultural. You know, everyone coming from different countries. You know, some hotter, some more cold. I guess everyone's used to different like temperatures and weathers and stuff. I'm personally more used to hot weather than cold. Yeah. What about you?
I think I'm used to hot weather too.
Hot weather, yeah, it's definitely more nice than cold. But yeah, that's about everything. This concludes our interview. Thank you so much for your time. What was your name again? Jennifer, nice to meet you. Do you have a Korean name or is that like your English name or?
It's my English name.
Okay.
Korean name is.
So I like that more. Authentic Korean name. Yeah, nice to meet you. If you made it to the end here, thank you so much for watching and I hope you really enjoyed this video. To all the people that were interviewed in the video, you guys were amazing and I appreciate your time to make this video possible. I know some of you guys will be watching this. Thanks to everyone for their patience as well. I've been away on a necessary self-improvement journey so I can bring you guys the true content from the heart and soul that I've always wanted to create, which is why this video was delayed. But I also like to say that this video aged like fine wine to get to here. If you happen to be lucky enough to live in a multicultural city just like Sydney, I highly recommend you to challenge yourself and go out and talk to people and see how many awesome people you will meet and new knowledge you will learn. I was today years old when I found out that Australia has pink lakes. Like what? Fascinating stuff, I know. Stay tuned for more content and please consider subscribing to be part of this little wonderful community and give the video a like if you enjoyed. But yeah, it's been me so good. It's been me, Miso, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.